Hello, 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 and welcome to the Lamos and James show. As of right now, I'm waiting for my co-host to get here, get the show shared out, and so while I do that, let's just set the tone real quick. As always, I got one good one for you. Let's get into it. All right. Well, as I am getting this show shared out, waiting for the co-host to get here, we just gonna keep listening to some music till the co-host gets here. Let's go. All right. Well, while we wait, this is the Lumos and James podcast. I am James. Lumos is the co-host. I think we're both co-hosts of the show. We just hosting hosting our little, our little jinky jink, you know what I mean? And so I'm quite excited about this new podcast adventure. So it's about to be a lot of great conversation that's going to take place, and I just hope y'all enjoy. My expectation is high, and a lot of things have been taking place in my present current life. I'm clipping my fingernails because that's important. So a lot of things been taking place in my little bitty life, and I'm quite excited about majority of them. Some things are like, what the fuck, and that shit sucks. But you gotta take what you can and make the best out of what you got. So at the end of the day, I ain't gonna complain about my life. I'm just gonna make changes, and that's all we can do. Is make small bitty changes to the to our current day situation. So yeah, it's been a day. I'm be honest. I've been on a roll. All right, here we go. Here we go. Our co-host. There we go. And what up, yeah? All right.
Hey,
How you doing? Welcome. There we Our pilot. I'm so excited for this first episode. Um, I will post this episode, by the way. Um, I
awesome.
just gotta remember to. I just gotta remember to make sure I edit the. I'm not gonna edit none of it. It's all going on there. It's all going on there. Um,
Yeah,
but
we measure our growth.
exactly, exactly. Um, so let's just kind of get some of the preliminary out of the way. What encouraged you to first wait? Let me stop. Welcome to Limos and James podcast. I am Duke James from Club Velvet Podcast, and we are also here with Nadia Limos, and we decided, today to start a podcast. And so this is just a pilot, a test run, if you would say. And we're just gonna kind of, get past the little icebreakers. And so we'll start off with a few questions. Question number one: what in what made you want to do a podcast? Like, what inspired you? Yeah, no tricks.
Trying to connect with others and
Hmm.
share
Yes,
wonderful
you're in the
content to share,
make.
and I feel like, hey, we can share that. We can spread our wings and do that.
That is absolutely true. I think one of the things that got me into doing a podcast is searching information,
Mm-hmm.
because the best way of getting a answer is seeking that knowledge. And in a podcast, you can learn so many things just by just, listening and being in the room, even if it's, kind of free forming, as that's kind of like what we're, you know, potentially going to do here. Just kind of free form conversation, you know, bounce off information between the two of us, trying to share what we've learned um, in life. And, some of it may be, happy, some of it may be sad, but, all of it is for educational purposes. Some of it is for, just straight laughs. So, I got into podcasts to, meet people, make friends, and build a community. And so, with Club Velvet, that's one of the things that I've done is built a community. And so this is what we're going to do here. We're going to continue to keep building a community around conversation, thoughts, and you know, I ain't trying to say I'm here to change somebody's mindset, but definitely give somebody something to think about. So yeah,
Exactly. I'm not here either to change or force anybody's mindset. Um, for sure, I encourage individualism. I want to welcome Maven. Is he still around? How do I check that? Or do
let's
you
see.
check that?
I could definitely invite Maven up if she'd like to speak.
Hi, Maven. I'm new to podcasting, and Duke has graciously invited me to co-host with him. I'm really excited. Welcome,
Thank you. How do you say your name?
Naida.
Naida. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes, a pleasure. Tell us about it, about you. What got you getting over here to our podcast?
I'm here to support Duke James because
Nice.
I know him from around here on Podbean, and I said that I would come and support the first pilot program of the new podcast. So I'm here to see what you're up to.
No,
I
thank you. Thank you for sure. We need all the support. I think diversity, it helps. I know some people, if you don't think like me, if you're not with me, you're against me. We have that mentality, and it's very difficult sometimes, to get along with someone like that who, like James and I were saying earlier, we don't want to force uh, people to change their mind, but for sure, if we want people who are more open minded to come and add to our discussion and grow.
exactly, exactly. Because without growth, it's stagnation, and I don't believe anybody wants to be stagnant in their lives. So it's with the times that we live in, people need you know solid information. And, as long as we giving you the facts from, a biased place, you can make your own decisions. Because I'm gonna just say it like this. Maven was on one of my earlier podcasts from Club Velvet, and she was asking me various different questions about, how do I react to, certain people and that type of situation. And each time I had to think about, like, okay, well, here's a situation. Like, I'm always giving pros. I'm always giving, the good and the bad, because without seeing both sides, that duality that we have in life, it'd just be, somebody saying, "Oh, well, I treated this person this way because of X, Y, and Z," not understanding why they treated that person that way. So I definitely want to say thank you to Maven for asking the right questions, because without asking the right questions, you'll never get the right information. So definitely, if you follow me, which I will be making a X for this podcast here. So we'll have a Q and A if you want to, drop any type of questions.
So
And
I think it's really smart what you said about if you don't get the right solutions if you don't ask the right questions. Do you know an example of that? Because I can give you one.
um,
Give it to us.
I would,
Give it to us.
I would,
What do you
I
have in mind? What is your perspective?
yes, definitely. I'll go last. I'll let all the women speak, and I'll go last.
Well, I was just curious because I don't need to be tell. Like I said, I'm not trying to tell you stuff you already know. I'm just trying to remind you of stuff you already know. You know.
That is 100% fact. Nadia, what would you say? What
So,
would?
there's a story, and it turns out to not be factually true, but it is a good illustration of the you have to ask the right question situation.
Hmm.
Because back in the day, the U.S. NASA needed to be able to write in space, and they had Accenture spend like $1 million trying to develop a pen that would write upside down in space because no
Hmm.
gravity. And the Russians had the same issue. They needed to be able to write in space, and that's how they asked the question. They didn't ask the question, how do we make a pen work in space? How they asked the question, how do we write in space? And they used a pencil. And it cost them way less money to develop a pencil because they were already developed. They didn't have to create a whole new thing. But NASA asked the question, how do we use a pen in zero gravity? That's not the right question. The question should have been, how do we write in space? What can we use to write in space? And you don't need to do all this engineering to get a pen that'll write upside down.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now there's also other lessons out of that particular situation, but asking the wrong question will definitely not get you anywhere helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
You might
Nadia, you.
accidentally
Maybe
discover
around
penicillin, but
maybe around the vicinity, if you ask if you ask the wrong question, sometimes we don't know definitely what we want to know,
yeah.
and we're confused what to ask. If we ask the right questions, yes, but sometimes we don't know what to ask.
That's true.
How do you figure out then what to ask, do you
Yeah.
think?
I think it's just from experience, trial and error. Oh, okay.
Oh, so you find out what to ask by asking more questions. That's good. I mean, that's a legit answer. I mean, I'm not, that's all. I'm just restating what you said. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I I work with um intellectually challenged individuals, adults with Down syndrome, adults with autism, uh, and and sometimes I don't
I, 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 is it me or am I? you're all garbled.
Nadia, you are in the matrix, very heavy.
Okay, so that's just not my connection. Okay.
No, yeah, you're in the matrix, real bad. Um, I would say, um, it's it's like taking a test. Like when you take a test, the test asks a direct question, but it also gives you different choices. And so that's how I look at life. I look at life as it gives. Oh, she'll be back. It gives the person a opportunity to look at different options. So let's say it's how to work on cars or how to specifically work on this car with this problem. What do you have? What
How about now?
process do you? Yep, that's better. There we go. And so it's like, well, if I'm like, with right now my mom's car's
Up the
broke
way.
down, and um so once I've once I've realized that her car broke down, it's, well, what's wrong with it? And like that's the proper question to ask. What's wrong with it? But in that same token, it's like, well, if I'm not a mechanic,
Well, right. How am I, because that's
how am
been,
I supposed to
yeah.
know what's wrong with it? So it's about going and saying, hey, look, do you have a device that I could use to figure out what's wrong with my car? Can you listen to it? Like the mechanic knows what's wrong by just looking at it and putting it on the diagnostic machine and all those things. But the customer, they could be totally oblivious. So it is, if you don't know, you're gonna ask 1,001 questions until you get to that right question.
Well, and like if my car breaks down, my first question is not going to be to necessarily look under the hood because I don't really know anything about cars. I'm just kind of trying to restate what you said. But I
Hmm.
might just pass it off to somebody that knows what they're doing about cars. And so the question to me would be, how do I get my vehicle to somebody that knows what to do about the fact that it's not working?
Yeah, yeah. Now, when it comes to something like that, the right question would be, who can I get it to? Now, let's say, for instance, it's a a relationship issue. You know what I mean? Like, who do you go to? Well, do you go to a family member? Do you go to a friend, or do you go speak to a therapist? You see what I'm saying? So, certain things require you to seek out the right person as well, and also ask the right questions. Because you can't just ask anybody a question and they give you the answer. They may give you their biased answer, which may not work for that person or that situation.
Right. It might not be what. Can you hear me? Am I
Yes.
back? Okay. Yeah, exactly. It might not be that issue that that person might say. It might be something else completely. It really just depends. But asking and seeking for help is sometimes we get mad because we don't hear what we don't get the answer we want to hear. I know that's an issue too.
Yes. That is definitely a thing. I know, like, especially like for me now, like I've started a business, so I'm in a whole new. I think I said this on my podcast where it's like I walk in a department store for businesses, and it's so many different things that I could do, but I'm so new, I'm so naive at it. But there are already people in that space who could potentially, put me on the in the right direction. And as I use that example, it's like, let's say for instance, I need, business insurance. Somebody who's already in business, they will know, oh, well, here's a good company you could go with for business insurance. They could give you their experience
Yeah, like you
from
need
what,
bonding.
what was that?
Do you need bonding? Like what kind of insurance? General insurance? It depends on what kind of insurance you need for your business.
True. Now that I throw that out there, I do have to know what kind of insurance to get for my business.
Right.
So it'll probably be me calling around to different different insurance companies and saying, "Hey, look, I have a question." But it's as we're getting back to, it's about asking the right question. And so it for me it is about developing the right questions that I need to answer. Like, uh, first of all, what kind of insurance would a business owner need? That would be my first question. What kind of insurance do I need? Do I just need basic insurance, or do I need to shoot for the premium? So it, with everything, it, asking questions, seeking information is vital. And so I think how you go about seeking that information, it is crucial, very crucial, down to anything. Honestly, it could be how to deal with children. Everybody has an opinion on how to deal with kids. So it's like, who opinion do you take? You could take bits and pieces and make up what works best for your child. You see what I'm saying? Like, those
Even
are those.
even if it doesn't work, even if you don't like it, even if you don't like it, try it. Even if it doesn't work, or if you think it doesn't work, because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times I think that timing might change um the outcome. Maybe the timing is incorrect, not precisely the activity, or maybe just changing the activity a little bit. I mean, it it really is your perspective and your approach and your outlook. Sometimes it's not going to turn out the way you want to, and that is okay. Just turn around or keep going, or use get something from it and then move on. We
Right.
grow so much.
That is absolutely true. Absolutely. Let's see here. All right.
Oh, I think
Let's.
one of the things we were talking about earlier was the motivation and fuel. Like
Mhm.
where do we find the motivation? How do we even um, jump start fuel to get that motivation going? Sometimes we think that motivation is is the fuel that is the fuel, and
Yeah.
then it isn't. Hold on.
I. That's fine. I was talking with somebody earlier, and I was. I think what kind of sparked this whole entire thing is on Club Velvet. I was airing out my grievances, and so I guess sometimes when when you air out your grievances, people think, oh, you got a problem, and it's like, nah, I just need to air out, what's on my mind and what's on my mental state. And one of the things that I was saying was, I need people to. I'm looking for haters. I'm looking for fake friends. I'm looking for backstabbers. I'm looking for all the negative people that would give me all the negative press, so that I could always be in a position where somebody is at least making a post about Duke James, about Club Velvet. You know what I mean? Like, man, Club Velvet this, Club Velvet that, because that's more airtime. Yeah, keep on talking about me. Why? Because that's gonna motivate me to do even bigger and better. And
And
the
what kind of
individuals,
podcast did you have in mind for Limon and Jane? Like, um, what kind of topics? What did you want to bring up?
um, well, I'm be honest, at the present moment, I was actually looking at a website to, kind of ask a, basic question. Like I'm looking online, one looking at 100 great podcast interview questions. And the best free interview question. Question number one says, what would make this interview a home run if you look back in 3 months? How would what would make this episode a home run today, that we can look back on 3 months later and be like, if it wasn't for us saying this, or if it wasn't for us just doing this, you know what I mean? Like, where we could be. And I look at, like, when I first started podcasting in general, like, I look back on it and I'd be like, some of the time I would say I didn't feel like I knew, not saying I didn't know the information I was talking about, but it just seemed like I was just kind of just rambling off about some topic that I seen on the internet. And I'm like, well, I could talk about it, or it's something that interests me. And I think that's one of the things that I would like to definitely continue, because there's topics that may interest you, Nadia. And if it does, I want to hear about it. We could discuss it, because no matter what it may be, it brings that conversation to life. And one of the things that I talked about, um, was I think the article was flying cars. Like, why do people care about flying cars? Why? Because nevertheless, in the near future, within my lifetime, they're gonna be flying cars.
In
And
our
so
lifetime?
yes, within our lifetime, we're gonna have cars that fly. When?
That is
I'm not
cool.
sure, but it is already becoming a thing. There are already companies that are putting out flying vehicles, and it's like, well, how much do they cost? Are they safe? What type of license? Back to the very first thing that we were talking about, asking the right questions. But if people don't hear that you can go out and go buy a flying car, it'll just be, man, I'm gonna go get this car with these four wheels. When when in all actuality, I can go get me a flying car. You see what I'm saying? So it's about putting that knowledge out there, even down to like health things. Um,
The first thing I think about when I hear about flying cars is the logistics. How is it gonna work?
and you know what? I believe I still have that article saved somewhere, and I think on our next episode we could talk about it. 'Cause
Flying cars. I would love to have an episode like that. Flying cars, because I mean, we could come up with the logistics on how, you know, traffic laws, how are traffic laws going to work. We can start up a committee right here and now
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
podcast.
Right on this platform, we could literally make everything happen. What's going on, Mister Be Great? Thank you for coming to Limon and Jan's podcast. And I'm make sure I'm gonna say your name right. It's Limon. What up, Nick B?
Hi, we
Welcome,
need to talk with.
welcome, welcome. And so, I got an article. I
Yes,
could
because I mean the
definitely
traffic law. The,
I can shoot that. I can shoot that article over to you. We
yes,
could break it down, chop it up, and even down to looking up the laws. What laws are in play, and what not only what laws, but what states is it legal to own a flying car. We could probably, you know, interview one of the car companies on our podcast to kind of get a whole, you know what I mean? Like it could just blossom into so many different things. And so yeah, I'm excited. I'm game for that episode. Like I said, I have to shoot you that article that I saw, and we chop it up one bit at a time, one bit at a time. So
Mr.
yes,
B, hi.
Hello, hello. How y'all doing?
doing great. Glad to have you in the building, Mister B.
Yeah, thanks, man. I missed talking to y'all, so I seen you up, so I thought I'd drop by. Miss B's here with me as well, so
Well, hello, Mrs. B.
Hello.
Hi, Mrs. B. Nice meeting
Hello.
you guys.
Nice
So
meeting you too.
here's one of a new show that me and Nadia are going to start here on Podbean. This is our very first show, and so we got some good feedback, and we doing good. 30 minutes in, 37 minutes into the episode, and we went on a decent tangent about flying cars. So next show, uh, we're gonna talk about flying cars,
talk about what?
flying car,
What is he?
Say it one more time for me.
flying car,
White cars?
flying,
Oh,
fly.
Flying cars.
oh, flying cars. I'm sorry, my bad.
It's all right.
Cool.
It sound like you over there a little, under the influence.
No,
Oh,
never.
No, he never is. Blah blah blah.
Why people keep on saying that to me
Because
today?
you talk differently when you have something versus
Dang,
when you
damn.
don't.
So I'm uptight. That's what people say. People say I'm
No,
uptight.
no, it's just
no,
you can
no.
tell.
You just sound real sluggish. Like you know what I
Oh,
mean.
Yeah,
I
I
see.
see.
trust me. If there's anybody that would know,
It will be you.
that's right, sir.
That's just facts.
Trust me, I would know. That's why
It's
I
like,
asked
hold
you.
on. My bro over there, he's too sheets in the wind. He's doing good keeping it together. But I know something ain't right. Let me explain. Let me call him out. Hey,
Yeah,
bro, are you
that's
fucked
what's
up?
up.
Yes, brother. I'm gone. Okay. That explains it. Move on.
Hmm.
This
Don't
has
ask
been
me
brought
that.
to you by
Yeah, I'm fucked up. Yeah. All right.
by
Exactly.
weed. Section 8.
Section 8.
Guarantee you keep
It's
me grounded.
Oh Lord,
hey,
Man,
DUIs are they gonna be the thing too if you're flying a car?
I believe so. What up, Ralphie boy?
man, can you imagine if the government sold weed? I wouldn't buy it.
No, we can't let the government in on the flying cars.
No, we
A
gotta
flying
get that.
car. You know
Yeah,
what?
Mr.
Flying car will be. This makes more sense though. It would save a lot of time.
I mean, it would. I mean, one of the things that it would do is it eliminate the airplane industry. But
Well,
then,
that's necessarily. I think talking about going far, far distance. Unless you're talking about this, make it available so just do, small, town stuff.
Mr. B, if
Mm.
anything, they would make me personally, right? There's one place I would definitely go in my flying car. That's to England,
Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, and honestly, for real, like I mapped it out. It's three thousand five
That'd be
hundred
something, man.
ninety
That'd be
eight
man.
98 miles from my house, right? So what I
Yeah.
would do is I would fly all the way up the East Coast, going into Canada, going past Iceland, and then coming down,
Uh huh.
not going across, because the fuel, some certain majority of them only give you about up to about anywhere between 350 miles to 400 miles of flight time, and you still have to gas up.
Right.
So essentially, what they would technically need to come up with is platforms that allow you to land on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Futurama type
Charge.
shit. See,
Right.
Futurama, gas up in the air, take off in there, and keep on trucking.
And then they have to have a safety feature where just in case like something happened where the wouldn't fly no more, it will glide down. You can use it as a boat, so it won't sink.
Exactly. So so
So
many.
yeah, that's wild.
Then what kind
Yeah,
of
so that's
fuel do
causing
you use?
another. I was saying problem, but another situation where you gotta work on. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. See, all the right questions here. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to have me a flying car by.
No, but I like the concept though. It makes sense though. You just have to have some type of safety feature because to say I always make it all the time, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Nah, nah. You gotta plan for the unexpected.
gotcha, gotcha. Let me see if I can find that article and I'll drop it. And
There's gotta be safety. You know what I'm saying?
I
And well,
mean,
why wouldn't it be? I mean, it might as well. It costs more money, but hey, that makes more sense. Then you can sell like, hey, it's even has, and plus you can even do it for fun. Like, hey, you don't feel like flying? Hey, you can use it as a boat. There you go.
true. That is 100% valid. You could. Let me see here.
Because technically, they already got cars that are gonna be like boats. They just don't talk about it too much.
Yeah,
They
and
look
I'm
ugly
looking at
too.
some of
They
these.
look ugly. They look ugly. They cool concept, but they're ugly.
I'm looking at some of these flying cars right here. Them things look ugly as a motherfucker.
But then
But
you
I
got to
guess
talk about the
what? Look,
laws. So then you have to talk about traffic laws, air flight
Yeah,
laws.
that's I'm waiting for that. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
like
for that.
lanes. You're like, hi, hey, it was one ways, it's both ways, highways, the byways. You
I
know what I mean?
wanted I want to teach traffic. You know what? You know what? We should do a podcast on the traffic laws that exist right now today. Driving on this road. I love flying cars. I think the number one thing it's going to eliminate the killing, the killing of roadkill. These poor animals that are just trying to cross the road to get to the other side. Vroom, they got run over
yeah, run over
to
that
them.
little squirrel. I mean, then you gotta think about birds, because I mean
Oh
now,
shit!
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you know what I mean. Birds were like, all the little rodents on the ground, they dead meat. We could go pick them up, scoop them, and have fun. But then what if you flying and then a bird hits your wing in midair? Now, granted, some of it may not go super high, but what if you literally just gliding, you just hovering down the road and all of a sudden the bird come through, hit your propeller, you got bird guts all over your shit now,
It's gonna
and
be propellers.
you're gonna
And
hit
what
the
about this? I got another question. Would you ever use it as a hunter? If you go deer hunting, would that be okay to use?
Are
I
you
think we should go
using
back
the
to
hover
walking.
vehicle for hunting purposes? I
Yeah,
mean,
like
that'd
you
be
can use it as a helicopter. You like
I
doing,
mean,
yeah? Could you
now
use it?
now Mr. B, guess what? There's gonna be
What?
a problem because if
I'm
you
not
just
saying I'm
think
not
that
I'm not saying it should. I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm just saying that somebody's gonna ask that question.
I mean, and I would say I wouldn't do it because the last thing you need to be doing is hovering in the air, and then all of a sudden your car cut off and you hurl into the ground. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Run out of gas? Fuck. No.
knowing me, I don't never keep my car on full, so it's always going to. I'm hoping and praying. I just gotta make it to the gas station. I gotta make it to the gas station. Oh man,
Rough
no.
got jokes.
No fucking way.
That's a
Like
hot
speed,
though.
you have to stop.
Just because it is doesn't mean it doesn't make sense. That's a good question.
Yeah, so just gotta make sure you're doing everything safe within bounds and reasons. Nick says solar car. So now we gotta think about putting a solar panel on flying cars. I mean, now if that
Hmm.
works, that's cool too.
Hey, what about this? This is how people who want to have boats or people have cars and just give it to them for free.
Where do we have to go?
Okay.
Hey, dude, what would you pick? A free boat or a free flying car?
Oh Lord, Mr. B, why are you asking questions like that? Cause like I need both of 'em. You know what I'm saying? I need both of 'em. Cause like if my boat is at the dock and you know what I mean, I can land my car on my boat and then take off. I'll take both of them. Cause
What
like
about a flying boat?
a flying boat, shit. Uh, you'll never see me there. You'll
I
never
pick
see
flying car
me.
too. Yeah.
We need to start a committee to write the laws for the flying cars before it's too late. We don't
All
want
right,
the shit show that goes on
You
the
wouldn't be able to
road.
do 4-way stops.
No.
forward steps.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you did,
yeah.
it would have to have a way to stop.
See, and see, here's the
It had to
thing.
be constant flow.
Don't you need
Because
to
see,
be at a
If you
certain?
didn't,
Don't you need to be at a certain speed to be up in the air?
yeah,
and that's what I was getting ready to get at. Like, what would be what would be like
the speed
obviously
limit.
yeah,
How many
what would be the
knots?
speed limit? What
Yeah,
would
how
be
many
the
knots
air
you want?
limit? I mean, like how fast in the air can I go? Because if I can go 55 on the ground, can I do 55 in the air? And would it be I'm doing 55 miles per hour? Would it be something um uh measured a little bit differently? Would it be
That
air
would it be the
miles?
same?
Oh, lady, come on.
Take a helicopter and put a car body on it. Yes, yes. That- I mean, essentially, even if you were just to take the airplane and put wheels on it, it would be the same. It would be the same concept at this moment. Nick.
I think a helicopter would be better to maneuver, wouldn't it? Because it could go straight up, and when you're gonna park your oh, you're gonna park your car, your flying car on top of your roof.
Oh shit!
Hey, I got a good one, y'all. You know the original Willy Wonka, the end of the
Uh,
movie, the elevator. Everybody have a set of that. That'd be
a
cool.
flying elevator. I mean,
Yeah,
that's.
that would save a lot of time. They can make a concept like that.
I mean, and not only that, but I think it'd save lives too. But then
Yeah,
back to what Nadia was saying, landing on your house. Well, what if I live in an apartment? Do I have
you have to
space?
have landing
Yeah.
spots.
Each individual house has its own landing spot, and is there enough space for me to land? If I'm on the second, let's say I'm on the second floor, and Nadia's on the third floor, is there enough space for me to come and land my flying car in on my deck area? Like she has space to land her flying car on her deck area. Like these are all the right questions. Yeah,
Exactly.
we're on to something here.
Hmm.
Senator, House of Representatives. EP,
Yeah, these are all
President,
valid questions.
can I get a flying car today? But being that we're talking about it, let me see if I can find because I'm looking online now. Let me see.
And check this out. If all right, let's say a person is not controlling it, right? It's AI, okay? And AI made a mistake, right? Like say it's speed or almost may cause an accident, right? And gets a ticket. Who who's in charge of that ticket? The individual or the person who made the car?
What was that question again, Mister?
But once you buy the car, I think
I say you got a self driving vehicle, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has one, all right? Everybody, okay? So the vehicle made a mistake, like its speed and cut off somebody or something, right? And it gets a ticket, all right? So who is in charge of the ticket? The the person in the vehicle or the person who made the vehicle?
I mean, I would say kind of the same laws that apply to regular driving, like. But then again, at the same time, I'm also learning that you don't have to have a driver's license to travel
No, no,
around
dude, no,
America.
dude. The question is the AI made it. All right, the AI made a mistake in speed. All right, but and it gets a ticket. Who gets a ticket? The owner or the corporation who made the vehicle?
No, the owner. I mean, it's like I said, it's the same way. You know what I mean?
if you get
Just
Oh,
like
speeding tickets,
but then like if there ain't no speed limits, then ain't no such thing as speeding tickets.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you did get a ticket, so you say, okay, so no matter what happens, even though the person would say, you know what, I bought this product from Duke, and it says it can drive itself. So I'm going to trust this product and hit AI and let it drive itself. But when it makes a mistake, I'm in charge. It's my ticket. I disagree. But hey,
I mean, all right, so you gonna give AI a ticket for speeding? How they gonna pay that ticket? And if they get their license suspended because they went speeding,
but
how am I
here's the
gonna
thing
get
though.
anywhere?
Here's
Do
the
I
thing
need to
though.
get another?
but they're getting
This
speeding
is how you get
tickets.
the corporation from doing its job because it doesn't want to be fined.
I mean,
That way, when stuff goes wrong, they won't the price won't affect the customer.
I think it'll
Price
affect the
control.
customer easy way anyway. But I guess it really
You get what
depends.
I'm saying? You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess it would depend on, um, I guess the the laws. I guess because if you got an artificial intelligence driving the car, obviously it's gonna follow the rules of the road because that's what it was
But
designed.
say it has a malfunction. That's what I'm saying. If say it has a malfunction,
I mean, if it got a malfunction, then they gotta do a company recall on that product. I mean, that's pretty much all they can do.
right? So I'm
But
saying
that was
so
that
the
was
question goes back to they get a ticket. That's what I'm saying. Who's in charge of that ticket?
so as like all right. So who is the control of that ticket? Just
Yeah.
like I said, if you driving and you
Oh,
get
dude, here
caught,
we go again.
the ticket.
Dude, pick. Who do you?
I just told you the person who's behind the wheel. But
Who's
Wow.
how can you
responsible?
give you can't give a ticket to something that's not a like. How does the AI? How is the AI gonna pay a ticket? Its job is to drive.
No,
You
the
know what I mean?
corporation who made the AI. That's what I'm
But
saying. The
they're not.
malfunction.
They're at the same token, Mister B. They're at that moment. They're no longer liable for
Yeah,
you
you sign all
fixing.
these
I
paper,
disagree.
you sign all this paperwork and saying you're liable. If
Yeah.
I mean,
Now
it's
the
just
I
only
like
get what you're saying.
it's just like if you train your dog and you have your dog outside trained, but if the dog is not on a leash, you're held liable if it makes any damages.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
That's
You
So
can
perfect.
train the dog all you want, and it could be all of a sudden. But if certain thing like a squirrel or person walking by another, or our dog, this one guy walks by her house all the time, and she just goes batshit crazy,
Every freaking time.
and it doesn't matter. It's like he's not even doing nothing. He's just walking down the road, but all of a sudden she just
She says it. K9.
I'm gonna,
I
yeah,
ain't cut this to mean. But anyway,
yeah,
okay. I got an example. And after this, then I guess. All right, here's
yeah.
my example. All right.
Look, Mister
Electricity
B.
bill. What's that? Electricity bill. All right.
Uh
Right,
huh.
a huge storm, right? Bam,
Uh
it
huh.
messes up the whole city, everything, right?
Uh huh.
Well, the corporation said, you know what? I'm gonna have to raise everybody bill to pay for this, even though this is my business, even though this is my responsibility. I'm going to press all those people so they can pay for it. So because I want to take money out of me, that's okay to do. That's
No,
what's happening.
because so basically, let's say for instance, there's a recall on a product. The
But hold on,
company,
but first, do you understand what my example though?
yeah, Mister B, and I'm trying to explain it to you. Give me a second. Let me explain because you're a little up there. So let me explain. Right.
You know what? Say it again. Say it again, dude.
that's right. You get them.
I will roast.
Well, this ain't Club Velvet, Mister B. We
I
know
don't
that
care.
ain't Club
I'm
Club
Velvet.
making clubs
Velvet.
velvet.
Sing
Now
all
go
the
ahead,
Well,
brother.
things.
Go ahead. I'm just playing.
but I would say one of what would potentially take place is if you like you said, the AI had a malfunction, the company would have to do a recall on their product, and they are required to have to pay that recall
Oh, so in
price.
other words, the state should this don't get no one ticket. That's the other way. That's another thing you could say.
Yeah, basically. It ain't oh well because of, no, if it malfunctions, if anything, just like with Tesla, there were people saying that the technology for the self-driving part was causing people to get into accidents.
Yeah.
So that means Tesla had to do a recall on all those models to
Hmm.
fix that problem. It didn't cost the customer anything because that's a company issue. Because now you're putting, now if let's say for instance people are dying or being hurt because of your product, the company would get
Mm,
massive lawsuits. I mean, let's
I
think
see.
of
Yeah.
let's also tie down to some of these things we've
That
seen.
happened to Ford.
Kind of like the recalls, like the
Yeah,
recalls and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
that truck with the. You remember that truck they put in the wrong with a spot, and when it got wrecked, it almost always blew up. The gas tank, bad predicament. But anyway, but yeah, they recall all of those.
so as I was saying, like think about like food companies, like where you get your eggs from. But one of the things that they tell you that in eggs there's salmonella, right? So if you get some eggs and you get sick from those eggs, you can sue that company. I mean, let's think
Right.
about the lady that sued McDonald's because she was driving, she spilled her coffee in her lap. Like that's technically user error, but you can sue them. You can sue these companies for millions of dollars. Most
Yeah,
companies
yeah.
they don't want to be sued. So they are going to do what they got to do to make sure that they please their customers at
Well, they got so
all
much type
costs.
of insurance too for that, but yeah. Suing is just an ugly name. I mean, it's an ugly game. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But you know what? That's just life.
Oh yeah, it's
But like
definitely
you
needed.
said,
I'm not saying that, but I would say it's always brutal. It's always
yeah,
personal.
that
Suing is always personal. Always.
that is
A lot of
very.
feeling. Always.
So, I'm looking at this article from flyingmag.com, which says that I'm just kind of paraphrasing the article a little bit. It says that Minnesota joins New Hampshire as the only states to pass with legislation or are dubbing the Jetson Law, which the Jetson Law means basically uh, you can own a flying car. You can also drive your flying car on the streets, and you can also fly your flying car. Um,
Like above the street? That's what my question was. Like, how do we navigate? What is the logistics up there? I mean, is it just hovering over just to avoid hitting any animals? Because I'm for that.
so, from what I see here, let's see. Let's scroll. And Democratic State, da da da. Why is no vehicle certified?
You just said your name 3 times. You said Duke, Duke, Duke.
Uh, yeah, heck yeah. I'm just kind of just
That,
skimming through the article to get directly. Um, they don't necessarily say what is considered as flying or hovering. They don't give you like
Mhm.
a specific like I would say over houses. They don't give you that specific
What about
measurement. Parking is as long as you can uh pull
uh,
into your you know if as long as your aircraft is capable of taking off and landing from a suitable airfield, which is also designed to be driven on public roads as a motor vehicle. So as long as you're like obviously you have to potentially go to the airport, drive off the little junket and take off like you would in an airplane. But as long as you could, come back and land either in the airport on public road to, drive on public road or, as you're descending down for like the helicopter idea, as long as you could do that safely back to the normal road, you could do it anywhere on any public road. Like you're not stuck to having to just leave from the airport as long as you could take off, ascend, and descend in a safe place on public roads. You're fine to go. There's really no restrictions. There's no, from what
that's
this
not a lot.
article say, there's no, there's no attended speed limit. Some of them are just designed to go, let's say, 125 miles, which is a cruising in the air at 139 knots. So there's no specific limit as to how fast you can go. None of that.
But here's the thing, though. A
None
lot of
of
people not doing it though. Like, how many people actually, how many people actually own and use a flying car right now, though?
That's a really good question. Let's trick the internet. Let's trick the internet. How many people own flying cars?
That's
Let's
become
see.
like an average Joe thing right now.
Who?
Uh, oh, okay. Here we go. As of March 2024, a leaf, and I'm probably saying it wrong, Aero Aeronautics, a flying car company backed by Tesla investors, had 2,850 pre-orders for its $300,000 flying car, which could be worth over 850 million. It says, however, many reserves have not actually purchased due to the high price tag and expensive repair costs. It says as of July 2023, over 440 people had paid a deposit for the car, um, with some paying 150 to join a general query of others paying up to 15,000 per access. So I would say roughly about 440 people may actively own a flying car.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So the future, they're planning on being up there. It's that right now.
that's right.
That's awesome.
Yes. So yeah, we
So
we
that
I
means,
cracking that
was here.
we cracking that
oh my
we
God.
cracking that bubble, and I would like to see more states open up stuff like that, but we gotta have the infrastructure to do so. Some states, like where I'm from, Virginia, well, in certain parts of Virginia, they have metro systems. Certain parts of Virginia don't have metro systems. So certain states have the
They could be flying
infrastructure.
buses.
Huh?
Flying buses.
You know what?
Hmm.
We need to make one. Screw it. Fuck it.
Let's just make
We
one.
just need to go ahead on and make our own flying car. Who's game? Jet.
We need to write it. We need to write these laws down. Ah,
What
We
Ralph,
do.
can you imagine the mail? Just hey, here you go, mail.
Just dropping right out of the sky. Ma'am,
Right.
here's the
I got a
mail.
question though, y'all. Got a question.
What's your question, Mr. B?
All right, question is this. Let's assume that the air traffic is right above the people who are driving, right?
Uh huh.
Can that make sense, right?
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay, okay. So here's the
No,
thing.
it doesn't make
So
sense.
here's the thing. What if something bad happened with the air traffic? It says an accident. Okay? So that means the accident happened up there. So I was gonna be a possibility of having two accidents. The
I
accident
mean,
happened
that is.
upstairs, and then calm down and bam mess up with traffic downstairs.
I mean, you know what, Mr. B? That is 100% valid, and so that's why, if that is a thing, there has to be something to protect those who are actively on the ground.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I've been thinking for years there needs to be some type of like
barrier.
covering. You know what I mean? Like something to cover people from elements like rain, snow, hail, sleet. You
Or
know
the
what I mean?
traffic is so high up there that you have so much time to get people out of the way. Because it depends how high up the flying cars will be able to go, the altitude.
I mean, that's true. Maybe we just need to do some like I don't know, like fucking Hot Wheels and
Oh my
just build
god, that'd be kind of cool
structures.
though. Flip,
You know what I mean?
doing six
Just
flips. You
yeah,
can't be
just
mad
build
at work.
fucking
You
structures
never be
that
mad. You can't be mad at work. Like you know what? It'll be great. They had six flips today in the car. It'll be a great day.
you know what? Screw it. Just give me a car that can hover and it hover and it has that. what's that? The front collision that stop you from, you know what I mean, when you pull up on people, like, you know what I mean, slow you down before you get too close. Like, we already got the technology for all that. It's just
Fuel,
I read you, Lou Rock. Lou Rock is
fuel. What
lit.
is it gonna run on?
I got a
that's
question.
Ralph,
I
another
got a
hi,
question.
welcome.
yeah.
I got a question. What question are you trying to answer? How do I get somewhere faster than with a car on the ground? How do I go and have fun? I mean, what question you're trying to answer with a flying car?
I guess at this present moment, by asking the right question, I think it's just kind of fathoming the idea of what would be in place if flying cars became a thing. Like, what would be in place, and if we as citizens could come together and put together our own idea of what's safe before the government tells us, hey, this is what you gotta do. Here's the mandatory way to do it. Da, 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 da. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we come up with our own idea, we develop our own infrastructure in some whatever, some capacity, then I think the question of what could be would then be eliminated because now we are seeing it develop. Like, kind
Ralph,
of,
what are we? Are you joining our government, building laws for the flying vehicle?
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
if I want a drink at 3 o'clock in the morning, I should get an airdrop delivery of some Johnny Walker Black. So I'm saying.
I mean, and they got the delivery services, GoPub that could drop off. You know what I mean? Like, just there you go. You see what I'm saying?
Are they gonna slow down, hover,
I mean, now, mind you, we could also, at the same token,
like
they could be
a
hovering
standard?
over. I mean, they could do it like that, but I mean, if you go and do it like if you go and do the door to door to door, like, let's just be honest, like, we could literally just like,
I
let's
mean,
say it's the
if we
mailman.
want to do like overnight voting, you can have somebody go like air delivery your vote, a ballot to like one of those robots and just take it to go get counted. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do that with everything. Like you don't need to leave your house for nothing.
Nothing, nothing.
Nah.
Ralph, like, leave the house. Bitch, don't you know I got coffee on the way? Nah, I ain't going no motherfucking well.
What if I live in my car? Don't I have to go
They got
somewhere?
portable stations. You can just drive there. They'll probably like hover over and just drop it right in front of you. You can get your ballads. You can get your drink. You know what I'm saying? You can get everything delivered to you. It'll be all right. It's the utopia that everybody wants. You don't need to go or see anybody.
Oh,
No, not what everybody wants, Ralph. No, that's not
Come
yeah.
on,
everybody.
Mr. B. Gray.
We
Come on.
we
No.
all had a little bit of a taste of that during COVID, where we couldn't go nowhere, had to have everything
Yeah.
That's what
delivered.
I'm
I don't
saying.
know. I
That's why
didn't like
there's
it
so
too
many
much.
people that enjoyed it. They were like, "Oh, this is so great! I can walk in Walmart without anybody like all up on me and shit. I can go down an aisle by myself." A
Some
lot of
people
people
did
got a
enjoy it.
taste of
That's
that,
true,
and they
but
were
not
like, "You know
everybody.
what? I
Not
kind of like
everybody.
this." Yeah.
Did you enjoy it, Ralph?
Did you enjoy it, Ralph?
I mean,
Be
for
honest,
me,
I enjoyed
it didn't bother me either way. I still went
No,
out
no,
without a
Ralph. That's a
mask.
cop out. No, that's a cop out.
I
No.
still went
Did
out
you,
without
did
a
you enjoy it or
mask.
you didn't, Ralph?
I still went down the aisle. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
answered
who
like a
wouldn't want everything
politician.
delivered?
Did you like it or you didn't, Ralph?
You tell me, Mr. B. Gray. Like, where your line of work
You
is a lot
can't handle the
different.
truth. No, my bad.
It's a
I'll
little,
never do
it's a
this to
little
you.
different. No, I enjoy without it. To be honest, I enjoy going into Walmart and not having to like be crowded with like 50 people in an aisle.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. All right. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that was
Yeah,
just
that's
me.
fine. That's fine.
I get nervous when I don't know when I mean, not really. It's just a natural feeling. Like I gotta look behind me when I'm out in public, like because I just don't trust a lot of people. Yeah, I never. I went into the store without a mask. Maybe a couple of times I went in because the people that I was with wanted me to wear one, so I complied for them. But after a while, I stopped wearing it. No, no.
I'm as bad as me. I'm over here walking around raw dog and COVID and everything. The raw dog.
Okay, so you're flying in this car. What if and the fuel you're using, what if you have to pack gas? Will that interfere with the chemicals of the fuel of the
If
vehicle?
you gotta break wind, break wind. That's all I'm saying. Don't let that stuff linger in you. Let it out. Let it, even if you're high up in the air, roll the window down. It's probably not even electric. You probably gotta turn the fucking window down.
Exactly
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
That's terrible because
If
you
you
know
got to
me.
break
I'm the type of
wind, break
person.
wind.
I'm letting loose, bro. And if we're in the air, bro, you. It's part game 24/7 in that money. I ain't cracking no window. No, we dying this bitch.
Listen, if you gotta eat like beans while you're high up in the air, like it's gonna break wind. I'm
Come
just
back,
saying.
cause I know
Burritos
Ruff gonna have
galore.
a taco. Ruff gonna have a bean burrito sitting in the back seat, and all
You
of a
know what I'm
sudden
saying?
he gonna be like, "Whoops, my bad, bro," and you already
My
know what
bad.
he.
Can I get some Febreze
Tried
back
it
here?
again. Play with your heart.
You're gonna have to ride around with those joints that the little pine joints that you hang down the window and had to put them at the door. Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying it. At the end of the day, if you gotta poop, you
You,
better poop.
you're gonna need those two like new car smell air fresheners around, bro, because them tight spaces. I don't know.
Because
Exactly.
knowing me now you talking about farting night, right? Me, I'm just gonna be the worst person driving ever because I'm rolling up while I'm in the air, rolling
Right?
up.
See, that's another
And
thing. You're gonna
like,
hotbox a plane, like that
yeah,
pilot. That I mean, is this a real pilot or is this an AI pilot? Like that might be a good thing.
it
You
might
could pro-
be.
you could probably roll up with an AI pilot.
Mhm.
Uh oh.
And you might
Someone
say
got
that.
caught. Someone got caught. Someone's in trouble.
Uh,
Oh shit!
Mr. B got caught.
I was
Oh
getting caught.
Now he's got to act normal. He's like, I'm acting normal right now.
yeah,
I'm fine, y'all. Stop acting silly.
I'm
yeah.
fine.
it'll
I'm
only
good.
hurt
I'm
a
good.
Me
little
and
bit.
you, I think.
Stop dodging the question, Mr. B. Stop dodging the question.
You was dodging like a politician.
I wasn't dodging nothing. I was being honest. You
Man,
be
at the end
honest,
of the day,
sir.
as a politician, I'm pleading the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
Man, politicians act like they answer, but they ain't answering nothing. They ain't saying
Answer
nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. They act like they say
There,
something, ain't saying nothing.
there were 5 people on both sides.
Oh boy.
Funny. Funny. You funny, man. Funny. I love it.
Oh,
It
man.
can't be
Boy.
flat tires.
You can't be what? That tired?
A flat
No, flat
tire.
tires. You can't
Oh,
get a
you got
flat
a flat
tire.
tire?
No, no, no. And the flying car. I'm thinking about, all these
Ah,
issues that you have.
maintenance cost.
Maintenance, exactly. Are
I
they
mean, that
gonna
has
have
nothing to do with while you're in the air. Well, maybe when if you try to land.
Yeah.
But they got planes that like land straight down. Like you don't need to. It's not like a plane where you go on a runway. Like they got these planes. It's like a drone. Like it goes straight up and straight down. Don't mind me, y'all. I've been drinking. I'm
No,
just
no,
talking
no.
shit.
You good. I'm
I've
glad.
been drinking, so
I've been
I'm
drinking.
talking all.
I've been drinking.
We here for
Ooh,
shit.
I've been drinking. That's how you singing. Karaoke.
Ralph's been drinking. I've been smoking. Mr. B, he over there on whatever he on. I don't know. He high
You know,
on
dude, don't be hating, dude. Don't be hating, dude. Don't hate. You know, get on my
Hey,
level, dude.
hey, hey, y'all!
Get on my level,
I'm
dude.
gonna
Get
tip out.
on my level.
All right, Maven.
All
Thank
right,
you for
Nice
Maven.
to
stopping
Nice
see
by.
seeing
you.
you. Hope you
I wish
all
you
is
the best
well.
with
That's
your
good.
new adventure here.
Enjoy
Yes, and
your Death Wish coffee.
Right?
Mwah!
Wish you the best.
Bye
Adios.
now.
adios.
Adios.
Arrivederci.
So, shit, man. Now,
Yeah.
if anything, I would think if you back to what I was saying earlier, they would have to build like freestanding like service stations and like gas stations so
Excuse
that
me. He's
you
rich.
can get your vehicle serviced if you are in the air. And I mean, obviously, the one thing that as the person who
That being
owns
me.
the vehicle, you would have to do
Here.
like the
No
maintenance check.
problem. Meaning,
Mr. B, I'm gonna mute you real quick. You and Mrs. B over there, which is fine. But yeah, I would say make sure you do all of your um, safety checks. You know, that's what I learned when I was getting my driver's license. Make sure you check your blind spots and make sure your mirrors and you know there's certain things you have to do to make sure your vehicle, your flying car, is in top shape. Make sure your wings are
It's
good.
overwhelming. It gets overwhelming and scary because, you never know. And then
That
you're
exactly.
it's scary when you're on the road, and then there's the dumbasses who don't know how to drive. Damn.
So yeah, it's a great it's a good good conversational piece starter. I mean, I'm down to design a flying car. You know, we had somebody say something about a bus, so it's like But then you gotta think, well, if it's gonna
You
be a
get
bus,
a
gotta
flight station where you
yeah,
can.
like mhm,
Would it be
it
floating?
was
How would
for
it
the safety
float?
purposes. You know, like say if you're going somewhere, but you ran out of gas, like the flying car, right? Well, it should be able to float, right, for safety purposes, right? So might as well just sell it as a boat. So you use it as a boat as well if you wanted to.
Oh.
I mean, valid. Well, who would be over the ocean, Mister B?
You
You flying
You
over
talk
the
about traveling
Pacific.
far. You don't talk about traveling from your spot to Paris.
I mean, yeah, but
You
I'm
said
going
that. So
up.
how could you do that without? So yeah, so you could do that. It's
No,
possible.
I'm going up the East Coast. I'm going up the East Coast. You know what I mean? I'm taking the coastline all the way up. I ain't touching the water. You
Oh,
know what's in
oh,
the, you know
oh!
what's in the water, bro?
I went too high on it. Oh, my bad. I went too high. Okay, my bad. I should get out my level. I was too high. My bad. I need to take
You
it
know,
down a level or two notches. My bad.
you do know what's in that water, right?
All right, I'll take it down a notch or two.
He said, "I take it down about it
There
too."
you go. I see it now. It's my fault. My bad. My bad. I think y'all was being bougie. I was being bougie. I was too high. Those was up in the clouds. I'm
I
back.
mean,
So,
no,
so
I would.
for driving cars, what would be the equivalent for a flying car? Like, how would they even pick you up?
I,
Mm.
I feel like if you're gonna pick somebody up, you would have to have like
Would
one of
you wait
those.
for them on the roof? Air
Mm.
dash, I can do.
I mean, I mean, me personally, I would say drop down the line so I could just hop in. You know, like how the helicopters they have. I know we've seen like rescue movies where they got the little line that drop down and pull the people up. I just drop a line down and hold on and just go on up. Beam me up,
Where
Scott. You know.
where are these people going?
So.
Orlando and Miami.
What?
So that's what I think. Just have a little, drop it on down, pick you up, whoever you need to pick up, and take on off. Get in the car, put your seatbelt on, shut up, go on by the business. That's what I would do. I would definitely try to be like one of the first companies that's transporting people in flying cars. Like I definitely try to get into that.
Oh yeah. In our lifetime, that's mind blowing to me right now because I grew up in the '80s. I was rewinding cassettes and recording music from the radio station. And now you're telling me that I have a possibility of driving a flying car? No
Yeah,
way.
yeah. And honestly, it's as as real as that sounds. It's really possible. If you literally got 300,000, you can go buy you a flying car right now. Yep.
So who's making it? Because what's this generation that doesn't want to do anything?
You know, there's this girl I came across on Instagram that's getting shitted on for 50K in Dubai. She could buy one.
Damn.
She gets shitted on what 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. She gets shitted on about 7 times. She got enough money to get one. That's 7 shits. You got your a flying car, shit on your chest. That's
Damn. Luke, James, I wanted to do maybe like a crash course on traffic laws,
uh-huh.
but uh, maybe basic ones from all the Texas because I know some Texas laws, but what about like general laws? I mean, basic common. Don't be a dick driver.
Right. I
That
mean, if everybody used common sense when it came to driving, I think life would be so much easier. But people don't, and I can honestly say sometimes I don't use common sense either. Cause like I know the speed limit be 35, I try to push between 40 45.
hmm
So it's about making sure people actively do follow the rules of the road. I mean,
They're
because right
where the
now,
fuck are they going in a hurry? And why are they in a hurry? Get get up earlier. Go earlier.
One thing.
go earlier, leave earlier. I think now I've been driving for a while, and one of the things that really irked my nerves a lot is the 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 stop and go traffic. Like that shit is beyond me. It's already too many cars on the fucking road as is. But then if you think about it, if you have a flying car and there's like no set like pathway to go, you can go whichever way you so choose. Nobody's telling you got to stick to this road pattern because if you're going anywhere, you're gonna make lefts, you're gonna make rights. There's no straight shot anywhere. So if flying cars give you that ability to kind of take off and just get going in the straight direction, it's making sure you don't like run into people and like are they gonna will we have stop signs? Will we have roundabouts? Like what would the airspace look like? You know how many how many? Because in normal cars you're supposed to give, I think it's like 2 or 3 Mississippis, maybe more, space between you and the car in front of you,
Yeah,
just in case they
exactly.
slam on the brake and you have time to slow the fuck down. But I guess
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I'm
air, for
talking
them
about.
to
How what are gonna be the logistics to these flying cars? like the
Mm,
spaces and stuff. Because I mean, there we have shit for drivers on the road. What are they gonna do on the air? I mean, we need to be vigilant and come, and we need to really think about this for our safety. We're gonna
Yeah,
have a lot
but,
of dead bodies on the ground that
but
that the people driving on the road are gonna run over.
yeah, but here's the
yeah,
thing. Here's the thing, real quick. All right, I know y'all say there's bad drivers, right? Everybody says that, right? Bad drivers, right? But here's the thing: it can always be worse. And if
Oh,
you
for
always can say it's always gonna be worse, that means it's not that bad.
I mean, but though, Mister B, guess what? It
But
could
mhm,
be, it could be extremely worse than what it is now. I mean,
mhm.
look, I ain't trying to throw nobody underneath the bus or anything of that nature, but um, like, last month there was a there was a situation that took place at my house, and it's because the person ran into the ditch, and,
Mm.
it's like, is she at fault? Was she fucked up? Did she overcorrect? You know what I mean? Did she not correct
They
all
always
up?
did
You know what I
something.
mean? Like, it's so many questions. Not saying that she's a bad driver or anything, but it's like, how did you, out of all the times you pull into somebody's driveway, the one time you pull in the ditch? Like, you
Like,
could have just
hello,
pulled up and stopped. You didn't have to
who
pull in
you
and
looking
fall in
for?
the ditch.
Nope, I'm not looking for you.
what about when it's raining?
Well, I mean, long as you got windshield wipers. I mean, you're gonna have to deal. One thing that airplanes deal with is
Wipers.
turbulence. So it's so many different questions. How high can I go? You know.
We should write these down, and then we can come up with the laws, and then we could. I think we should come up with this community and present it. I would, because everything else is just seems ridiculous. Even the driving, um, customer service is for shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think we
Mhm.
do. I think next show, we should come back and definitely brainstorm, some ideas. See what we come up with. Because
Uh,
I mean,
out.
I'm game. I'm game for get something written up and be like, everybody take it to their, you know, respective, House of Delegate and Senator, and say, here's a proposal from the people. We want this to be passed. It's already been passed in two other states.
Or
The Jetsons.
consider,
What's that?
consider. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, or at least consider definitely, because, like I said, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff that's going on, and it seems like time is passing by really fast, and we are forced to either catch up or you're falling behind, and if you fall behind, you're falling further behind,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah,
and
we
it just seems like the further behind you fall, and some people are moving forward, and you can't. I it I can't hold back for you, and no one should feel obligated to hold anyone back
mhm.
because they're not ready to drive a flying vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one, they need to make them, more affordable for, consumers, and be able to mass produce them at a high level. Because
Yeah,
I'll be
you
honest, I do feel like um, after a while, flying cars are just going to get just as bad as buying a regular car, where every year there's something brand new that is coming out. And so before cars that we know are already on the road, they're still coming out with new features and this thing and that thing. I watched a video. This guy was talking about a Jeep that's made in Japan that can literally do uh like literally a whole circle turn, and you don't like how we would do a 3 point turn. No, I don't do that. It'll literally from right where it's at do a whole 360-degree turn. Now that's great technology, but we're still on wheels. We're still on ground. Let's get off ground to where we could get to the next level. But the thing about that is there's always gonna be someone pushing for that not to be a thing. If it ain't the airports. Because if you got a flying car, what's the purpose of going to the airport? What's the purpose of spending massive amount, two, three, maybe $1,000, three? I mean, the most I've seen flights go for like $10,000. So if I got a flying car,
yeah. They're aerial vehicles.
yeah. So I wouldn't have to go to the airport then and spend, you know, instead and have to worry about TSA sticking their hands in my drawers. I mean, like I ain't got to worry about that no more.
Do you usually worry about it?
Do I worry about that? Sometimes that's a thought that comes across my mind because I've been to the airport a few times, and
And
I mean, not that they put their hands in my pants, but it's just the whole You know, they gotta check your bag. That take time. They just sitting in the airport. The food, goddamn expensive as a motherfucker. Like it's just a whole lot of extra shit. And if they just, like I said, just built, you know, stations in the air, it'll make things a little bit easier because then you can just fly right to it. Drop down, get you some gas, stop, hang out a little bit, see somebody, try to race somebody. Like you'll be able to do all that shit in the air. But as soon as you hit the ground, you gotta follow the ground rules. I see you. I see you. Gotta follow ground rules.
or something.
So
So what is Ralph gonna say? What are you gonna say, Ralph? What are you drinking?
yeah, what are you drinking on, Ralphie boy? Didn't you say you had a brew somewhere?
He said he was thinking something. He was gonna get plastered. He didn't care if he was going outside naked or something. He's like,
Yes,
I
and
get all off tonight. I don't know what he meant by that.
um, before I go any further, I want to say first of all, Nadia, this has been a wonderful uh episode. I'm I'm be honest, I'm quite flabbergasted at the turnout that we have for our very first episode. Has been great, and thank you for reaching out to me and asking me to do this with you.
Yes, I
Um,
want to. I
uh,
want to get out of my comfort zone, and do something like this, and silly and fun, and and getting comfortable on Podbean. It's been a long time.
right.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
You are so much welcome. I also want to thank everyone who has come. I want to say thank you all to who have participated, added to the conversation on panel and in chat. Um, I'm gonna say we if we're graced, we will do this tomorrow, same time,
Yes.
same
Mhm.
place. We may still be carrying on, flying car related conversation, but we gonna figure some things out, and so I'm quite grateful.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lou. Yes, I think the show is coming to an end. This was a pilot between James and I. See how we work together and how our um, collaboration will develop.
I like it. I like it. I'm actually enjoying myself. Sad that I'm actually sitting outside looking at the sky, and it's like I see the Big Dipper outside, but then there's also just random shit in the air. I don't know if it's a plane, if it's a spaceship. I don't know, but I'm here for it all. And if ever I get snatched up, you know why? Because I'm trying to catch me some, some alien pussy. So I'm just throwing it out there. So aliens, if you're listening to this show, come pick your boy Duke up so we can do a little something strange for a piece of change. And $20, it's $20, no matter how you look at it. Ain't that right, Ralph? $20, $20.
Are there any
But
male aliens in this?
Right?
$20,
what
20
what
pesos.
40 pesos, pesos, te hago el favor. Quiero una media, necesito un plomero.
Some
Necesito un
Spanish.
plomero.
I need to learn some Spanish because I'm trying to
Well,
speak
Lou
it.
and Ralph understand what I said.
Oh yeah, I know they did. I'm sitting here like money. Yes, we let's go get it. Who got it?
I
Niggas
yeah,
like,
definitely
nah,
need money too.
like,
I
nah, dude.
quit. Oh my,
Well, yes, we got about uh, I say about 15 more minutes here, and man, um,
Well, Duke, did you get into what Nida knows about self coaching, or was that a different conversation?
yeah, that was a different conversation. Well, we
Okay.
did talk about it. I did say I wanna get. I'm usually comfortable talking to people in person. I get to read them, and they are more comfortable. And on the phone and on Podbean or well, on the computer and stuff, I am very self conscious, and so I need to get out of my comfort zone and be more comfortable around Podbean and not be so serious. You find a different angle that's not so serious. Hello.
yeah, yeah, and I'll be honest, you're doing. We did great today, so I'm quite excited.
Yeah, so what my idea, Ralph, is to show everybody, be an example and not just hit everybody with the self coaching, but to, have everyone gradually getting to know me and eventually introduce the website is there. I'm still working on it. The self coaching, it's a roadmap and I'm adding to it each time. I've invested a lot on it and I have some products. I have a poster. I have a merchandise store, but I'm very anxious person, so I'm working on being patient and letting time dictate. or let time, you know, design that progress for me.
And I think in time we're gonna get there. Um, yeah, you out? Oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Ralph. Enjoy your drinking. Maybe we could join popping later and just have some fun.
Yeah, heck yeah. We're gonna. I just want to throw this out to you, Nadia. I'm down for having like a trivia night, a music night, just something to keep the people interested and keep
How
people
about
coming.
grammar? Trivia and grammar. I know that, but I'm so bad. I'm so bad at music and trivia, and oh, it's like, especially comics. I was listening to one of the podcasts in comics, and it's so interesting. But that's all I can do because I really can't participate. My daughters, ever since they could understand, uh, uh, what are the two main of the superheroes?
Mhm.
What, GM or GC and the other one?
Mhm.
See, I don't even remember. I don't. Those things don't. For some reason, they don't stick to me. So I would not be a good candidate for that. I could keep score and research
I I keep
answers.
score. Be the refs.
I could be like Dana White. Never could pick that.
Oh Lord, that's funny. But I mean, hey, look, we got the platform. We got we got time to build and develop and grow and do all the things that we're gonna do. So it's just step one in the book, and I'm excited about it. I definitely know. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing some merch. So Nadia, if you'll shoot me your shirt size, so I can get you a T-shirt, so you can start sharing it with the people that you know and your on your social medias, and start getting things going. Um, like I said, I'm gonna do an Instagram, do an X. So we'll have some definite Q&A. So if you want to drop, questions and we talk about it, the whole nine. If it's a movie reviews, I'm down for anything. You know what I mean? Obviously, we talked about flying cars, so I think that shows you right there. We talk about anything, and we went for almost 2 hours.
I know that was awesome. That was awesome. And we could probably keep going because I mean, how do you carry? How big is this car? How heavy? I was trying to keep up with the chat and look at the internet, but I've noticed that when I'm on the internet, I get more static on Podbean. So I try
Mm,
not to go too much on that. But I saw in Minnesota what you were talking about earlier, how you could use that car to drive on the road and to fly. I mean, it just seems like a shit show already, but everything is like a shit show anyway.
yeah, something about this matrix just don't sound right, but I'm trying to get through it. I'm trying to get through it. But yes. And we're gonna do some great things. Like I said, we're gonna have merch coming out soon. That's gonna be on the website. So definitely make sure you go to World Shop by Duke James to check out. Limos and James podcast. Get you a merch. Go support, all the stations. And, man, just keep coming, expecting to, keep coming to expect to learn something and get some laughs in, man. Because that's what life is too short. And we could talk about serious topics all the time, but sometimes you gotta laugh at life. 'Cause life is something to laugh at. All the shenanigans in the world, I'm laughing at it. Why? Because it keeps me from frowning and crying.
Yeah, ditto.
So, yeah,
All right. Well, thank you, James.
you are welcome. You are welcome. We got 10 more minutes left. If there's anything anybody want to talk about in the last 10 minutes,
Oh yeah,
let-
I want to know what Ralph is drinking and how fast he's drinking.
I was drinking green apple crown, and it's gone. It's
it's
gone. It's all gone.
gone.
It's all gone.
Gone.
No more. It's a wrap. Put a cork in it, and now we're just enjoying some popcorn, and the night is almost over for us. It's ten
Oh,
thirty over here.
Ooh wee. It's 9:36 my time.
it's 8:30 in Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma. I'm not in
Oh,
You're
Texas
in
anymore, Ralph.
Oklahoma? What the fuck?
I'm driving to Traverse, Michigan. I'm staying at State Park. I'm already in my third park.
Oh man, you didn't take any video? That would have been cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been taking videos. It's really difficult because I I've moved, like I have everything I'm own with me. Like I can get a job and just move and stay wherever I if I find somewhere to live, that's where I'm gonna stay and then look for a job. But first, I'm gonna make it to Traverse, Michigan, just as a personal trip for my mom. My mom was very depressed after my brother passed away, and she didn't want to do anything. She didn't want to go anywhere. And I asked her if there was one place, Mom, if there was one place you would want to go, where would it be? And she said Traverse, Michigan. And I have a picture of her when she was 14. She took it in a field. She would pick strawberries and fruit, peaches, and all kinds of fruits in Michigan as a migrant worker. So I'm gonna make it over there, and then I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Well, that's pretty good. You're gonna fulfill her last or her dream, or and that's good, man. That's good. Not a lot of people can get into their vehicles and just go to different places, new places. So you're living the dream. Good shit.
Yes,
hmm
I mean I'm getting used to living in the car. I have an AC unit that I'm connecting to the electrical socket. I have a 5 feet trailer. I have a sofa. I have fuel. I have a gas generator. It's brand new. I bought it, but I don't know how to use it. I haven't read the directions. I'm not. I haven't gotten. I don't need it. I haven't had a reason to use it. My AC broke down and it was really hot the other day, but I was able to get to a place and connect the AC, and I have 2 dogs with me.
Yeah,
Well, that's gonna be good, man. That's a good YouTube channel right there.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. I try to record and but, I need somebody to help me record some of these things. So sometimes by the time that I get a camera, I'm like cracking myself up and I'm like, okay, no, I'm just gonna go inside and drink or smoke. Um, I did bring some joints. I have 4 joints left, so I'm trying to like.
Oh damn, you might have to make it to like Virginia to go re up. Or you can probably just go to Colorado. Colorado is pretty. There's some free states, not free states, legal states you can go
Yeah.
to. Yeah, for weed, legal states to get some weed. Yeah.
Looking at the
Legal state.
map because I'm
I think
driving.
Oklahoma.
Again. Hello,
Yeah. Yes. What were you saying?
hello.
You're driving where? Hello? Hey.
I'm in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that it is a green state. N- Not this trip, but I do. They said that it's a medical. I'm gonna need like a medical prescription, and I don't have that. It's not like Colorado.
Oh,
I mean California. In California, I did. I was able to buy flour and candy. I was able to walk to a dispensary and just buy crap. And here you cannot just go up and buy stuff. You need a prescription and an ID.
um, man, Ralph, I wish you could hit me with that. Oh man, I just need to hear that one time.
Oh
'Cause that
man, well I'm not in the studio right now, brother. I'm sorry.
man.
Oh
But
man,
no man, that sucks. Oklahoma, that ain't where I need to be. Cause like
What
what's
even
the
if it's
what's the next like legal state after Oklahoma?
in Texas,
You might need to go to Colorado where Nick is and see if there's like I don't know how far
Colorado?
that is from Oklahoma.
How far is that?
Yeah, I don't know what's the
No,
I don't know
I
what the
can't
next
even
state.
drive
I'm
in
not,
the.
maybe look, make me pull up a map and man, I'm all drunk and shit. Fuck,
we're drunk and shit. What's
I don't
this?
even know.
What's the celebration, Ralph? What made you decide today on Sunday to get
It was
drunk?
my last last couple of days here in good old Canada. So
What?
yeah, man.
And
All good things come to an end.
how long you been out there?
Yeah, man. So you got Arkansas, I think.
Yeah, Arkansas.
I don't know what MO is. Is that Montana? You got Montana. I don't know. I don't think there's any legal stuff in Montana.
I'm not.
Montana,
Oh,
Arkansas. What's LA? Louisiana? I don't think
Los
it's
Angeles.
legal there either. Damn, you fucked.
Oh
You're
Fuck.
no.
gonna have to. Damn, you're gonna have to go. Where the fuck is Colorado?
I say go to Washington. No, that's a little too far.
That's backtracking.
Yeah, that is backtracking. Yeah,
Where
you'll
the
be
hell is
better
Colorado at?
Virginia,
Think
like North
Alabama. Fuck.
Carolina, like
Arkansas. Where the hell is Colorado? Missouri. I don't know if it's legal in Missouri. Well, I don't know. You got some ways to go
yeah.
to get to a legal state. I think. I'm not sure, but just keep in touch. And
And I'll get into this. I'll get the starting the ball rolling. Yeah, ball rolling.
yeah, exactly. We'll get you some weed, or somebody will find some weed.
Yeah.
Hmm. At least
All
where you
right.
don't need to get a medical.
Oh,
Now,
can we
I would stay away from the medical cards because you get a medical card, that means you have to give up your Second Amendment right, and I'm not fitting to do that. So Virginia's where I'm gonna be for until that's not a thing.
Virginia? How far is that from where I am?
Oh shit, that's about what? Oklahoma from Virginia. From Virginia. Shit. Down mouse, I think. A little bit down, maybe less, maybe more. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's worth it. I mean, shucks. I'm trying to open up a store. So I mean, hey, I get a job working working in the shop, doing podcasts, all out of one bill. And I
My
did just
mom,
get the 2 minute. Yeah,
I do
I
have
mean,
experience. I had a CBD store. I lost, I lost a lot of fucking money.
oh,
I had bongs, I had water pipes, I had all kinds of pipes, grinders, paper, flour, shit, trays.
gee, well,
But like you said, all things come to an end. I mean, but I don't like all of these things have been great experiences for me. Either way, like I
right.
haven't made a lot of money, but I've learned a lot. I've had a great time, and
And that's how life should be. But
I
I'm
have
not sure.
alcohol. I'm just like Ralph. I ran out of alcohol already.
Oh no. And I'm sitting with alcohol right in front of me. That's sad. But this show is about to end. Like I said, I want to say thank you to everyone who have come to this show. It's been a pleasure having you here. We will definitely see you all tomorrow on the flip side. But as always, I love and I care about you. If I didn't care, trust me, I wouldn't share. Being that I care, I'm always going to share with you. Oh!